Hey, buddy. Almost had that fall right on my head. That would have been terrible. Entertaining, but terrible. I am. 2.5 hours trying to get the quiz show extension working. And all right. And it is hot, yeah. The overlays suck. I don't like them. And they're like, oh, come to our Discord and you can get the PNG file, or as I like to call it, the PANG. What's going on, Jordan? And you can change it. That's not true. The file they have is garbage. Doesn't really work at all. And the only thing it was good for is basically giving me spacing on on doing an overlay, not the actual overlay template, so to speak. So, unfortunately, I wasn't able to get all the work I wanted done today done. And I'm very disappointed because, quite frankly, I don't have very much to say today. I was hoping to have the quiz show done. But it is what it is. If that's the worst thing that happens today, it's still a pretty good day. Yeah, I know. So I'm 4 minutes late because before I could realize how much time I was spending trying to find a new overlay, it was already 10 to 9. And I was like, oh, I guess I better go take a shower. Yeah, I'm gonna assume that was lightning, judging by the black charring on the tree. I love first round KOs. I'm telling you guys, I don't get heavily perturbed very often, but I'm pretty perturbed about this quiz show not working. The tree in question Sean is talking about. Yowza. Taking a better view. Oh, that's got to be lightning. Or looks like only half of it bloomed. Maybe the weight of the blooms tore the tree in half because it was halfway out the door. Yeah, all right. Yeah, looking at the other photo, I'm now seeing it is heavily growthed on one side, heavily bloomed. Dana White was once quoted as saying, when asked why he didn't have female fighters, despite there being a pretty large core of female fighters outside of the UFC, he said, nobody wants to watch two women beat the hell out of each other. Boy, was he wrong. Some of the best fights in the UFC, and I'm not exaggerating, but some of the best fights in the UFC have involved female fighters. Case in point, when Jessica Ai had her most recent fight. What's going on, Scoobs? She was headbutted, and it tore open a third eye on her forehead. What's going on, Ed? How you doing? The Star Wars release will hopefully be up the middle of next week. I should have them at my door by Thursday of next week. And though, I mean, as I imagine the day that we announce that they're up on the site, they'll be gone. There's only 25. They're only $125 a box. And, I mean, top prize is a $600 one-of-one Daisy Ridley. And then on top of it, I mean, let's take out the fact that Lee was custom making the 10 sketch cards. Let's take that completely out of the equation. Lee's Star Wars sketches, because he is a Lucasfilm artist, go anywhere between $40 and $140. I know because we researched and looked at them. Now add on top of that these aren't run-of-the-mill. These are... Thank you, Don. These are custom made to go with the specific signature in the pack. It just makes them that much more valuable. What's up, Panda? Carol, how are you? Now that my mustache is finally drying from the shower, I can shape it. There we go. So, I mean, I'm really proud of this product. I am. The value is going to be the key. What's going on, Mel? Hey, Jimmy. The normal price for this run is $150. We are doing the first run for $125, just to put the first one out there. The odds are highly in your favor. That's why. So I'm going to break this down. So here's the real deal. I am going to go further than I probably should when talking about this product, but I want you all to understand exactly how this happened. So we had the same idea about giving the most possible value to everybody. We didn't want somebody to walk away with a $20 box that costs $150. We don't want that to happen. So we said, how can we approach this? To obviously there has to be some sort of profit. Let's not kid each other here. If you don't make profit, then you can't continue making things. So how can we make our money back as well as still give everybody bang for their buck? And it was Doug who mentioned Lee. When we decided we wanted to kind of add, well, first of all, we were going to break a great set. The 2018, exactly, Ice Wolf, maximizing the value while still making money instead of maximizing the profit. Yes, you have to make money. Let's not kid ourselves. You have to make money on a product, or else you can't make that product anymore. We can get over that. The 2018, and Doug wanted to specifically target the 2018 set, had some of the best signatures of the sets that they have made. I am going to argue that the 2018 Hulk Hogan signed pen. I can looking at the list tell you that the 2018 Topps Signature Series Star Wars far superior than the 2021. It really is. If you take a look at the signer list, it is unbelievable. Are there a share of duds? Yes. So recognizing that there are some duds in there, how are we going to make those duds something that somebody's going to be okay with? Instead of just slapping them in there and saying, well, you knew what you were in for when you bought it, we wanted to have added value. And this is full disclosure. And again, this is, what's going on, Card Killer? How you doing, man? Ladies and gentlemen, the Card Killer is in the house. So this project, in our heads, we kind of had to, and this is full transparency, everybody. We had kind of 3 tiers in mind. We had the top tier, which are your Daisy Ridleys, which are your Adam Drivers. It's going to be your Ashley Eckstein, Ahsoka Tano. What's going on, Stags? How you doing, buddy? What's up, man? Hey, Card Killer. Are you taking good care of that drill slab? I'm pretty stoked. I'm more stoked about that than any card that was hit, except for maybe the Griffey. That was pretty dope. But I'm stoked to see that slab. That is gonna be on my wall. That'll be in the background of everything. Hey, Luna, thank you. Like your high-end autos, the Billy D. Williams that I don't want them to get rid of. Your yeah, man. I was like, if I don't do it, somebody else is going to, man. I was like, I need that piece of history. Every card is a story. That slab is an entire story, and it's a piece of history, man. I'm pretty stoked to have that in my collection. Cannot wait. Cannot wait. And then there's like the middle tier. The middle tier is recognizable characters and names that people at least recognize. The bottom tier are those characters that are bit parts. Like, for example, like Lovey. She's a bit character. I think she says 2 words. Everyone knows her for the giant square or rectangular haircut that she has. How do we get that to be, or another one, Salacious B. Crumb, the little dude that hangs on Jabba. How do we make something like that have value? We said if we can get Lee on board, which we were able to, thankfully, the man is very generous with his time. If we can get Lee on board, we can commission Lee to take the bottom 10 cards from each run. And I literally sat with him, me, Doug, Trevor, Lee. We sat down and said, this is the autograph. Who do we associate that with? For instance, like Jabba. Fozzie, what's going on, friend? How are you doing? And that's what he did. He was amazing. He was like, oh, I know these characters like the back of my hand. I could draw all of them. And that's what, like, I got goosebumps. just talking about how it went down. And we basically turned the 10 least desirable hits in the run to arguably top hits because these are individually curated and acquired sketches. They're not off of eBay. Lee did them in front of you guys. If you go to his feed, watch his videos, you can actually watch him making the sketch cards that are going into the set. So now you have these like 7 top tier 1 type hits, recognizable names, big names, great resale value. And then you have these bottom 10 that are going to be paired up with these sketch cards that are one of a kind, amazing works. And one of them is even full painted. The BB-8 got a paint job because Lee was just being who Lee is and going above and beyond. So you can argue, and you can make a very valid argument that there's roughly 17 hits out of that 25. Now, the sketch cards are paired with autographs. Quite interesting, Fozzie. They are all numbered 1-1 because they're hand painted. He did it himself. But the average autograph from the 2018 series is between $10 and $20. Nothing crazy. Fozzie, that I couldn't understand. That is nuts, man. Quite interesting. See how long you can go. So there was the middle 8. So we have the top 7 that are the big knockout names that everybody knows. Your Peter Mayhew, those types of things. Then you have the bottom 10, which have the original sketches, the original one-of-a-kind pieces of art in each one. And then there's the middle 8. Now, the middle 8 are mostly recognizable. Some of them are really low-numbered. So even while they might not be the craziest people, there's still low-numbered variants of them, which give them a premium. But we were able to take a set from 93, 94. It is the Star Wars Galaxy. And that was an amazing set that was had a lot of chase cards in it. Inserts that were extremely tough to get that fell, 1 or 2 per case. And Doug had pretty much the whole set. And we wanted to be able to acquire more, so we also priced out everything to acquire a second set so we can continue doing these. Bonkers inserts. The inserts go for $10 to $20 a piece, these chases. So we're like, so let's add value to that middle 8 by putting in these chase cards. Now, the top 7, who are all big names, they have, I think, an equal split of the entire set of that run paired up with them. Whatever the set was divided by 8. So, in addition to the autograph, you're also getting a huge block of that set, and it's a dope set to begin with. Since we plan on repurchasing a very similar set, if not the same set, over and over again, the more you buy into them, the chances you are to have to complete this whole set. Because as I've broken them down, I actually broke them down in order. Somebody's going to get like 1 through 30, the other person's going to get 31 through 60, and so on. So, kind of that collecting edge that you're getting with this is you get to try to complete a set that is out of print and tough to find. Fozzie, that's crazy, dude. So it's pretty cool. I'm really stoked. I'm really excited about it. Series 2 has a pretty awesome Adam Driver auto. It's out of 2. And there's going to be a little bonus. There's also going to be 10 sketch cards in that one as well. But there's going to be a little bonus. Somewhere in there is going to be a little prize, so to speak. And that is going to be revealed at a later date, but there is a little extra bonus prize going into that one. The base value of that one is a touch higher too. The Adam Driver is Adam Driver. So listen, you don't have to take my word for it. Just go online and look to see how expensive Adam Driver cards, autograph cards are. Now take that and make it a 1 out of 2. Not cheap. Aw, Mario, how did you know? He figured it out. Matt the Radar Tech and Randy the Intern Dual Auto. Randy the Intern is great, by the way. So I am extremely excited for this. I think once people actually see what's in there, they'll understand where we're coming from there. So dude, you're fine, Fozzie. This channel is here for everybody. All I ask is you enjoy yourself and try not to swear because my son watches and he's only 5. I try to stay family friendly. Are there other lines that are less expensive than this line out there? Sure. Is the return on investment as high? No. So we're really interested in a return on investment and honestly getting your hands on one of a kind pieces, because a lot of the big name autos that we're putting in there are numbered usually out of like 20 or less. A bunch of them are 101s, a bunch of them are out of 10 or less. There's a BB-8 operator, Brian Herring 101 that's in one of the runs. It's exciting stuff. So if you love Star Wars and you love art, you're gonna love these. And I'm really excited. I'm really excited to be part of this. I'm really excited that I was brought on board. So I can't talk about it enough. It's gonna be bittersweet. I know they're gonna sell out in a day. I know they are. And I know it's gonna be a couple of weeks before I'll be able to do it again. So it'll be exciting to have them, but it'll be sad because I know I'll burn through them pretty quickly. And then have to wait a few more weeks for the next one to happen. In addition to that, we did hint, and I will be officially mentioning, there is a Wolverine product that is going to be coming out. That is going to be featuring autographs from the X-Men Origins Wolverine movie. The movie was terrible, but go check out who autographed the cards in that set. Oh, dude, I love it, man, dude. Star Wars, one of my favorite things. My son's name almost was Han Solo. Fact. That was one of the names we kicked around. His middle name would have been Solo. But yeah, we are blowing out a set. It's pretty amazing. It's pretty exciting. Oh, thanks, Scoobs. What's going on, Hellbolt? I love you, man. Be sure to hydrate, brother. But yeah, we're pretty excited. And the more of these we do and get under our belt, the more we can expand and have more ideas. But it's fun. Well, I'm hoping if I get them Thursday, they'll go live. I think hopefully they'll go live before I get them, so that everybody can kind of get that pre-order in. They're done. I love Bad Batch. I am fighting the urge, and I told Mel it might happen, getting the 99 logo tattooed somewhere. I want it on my neck. Mel is arguing with me. So, Hellbolt, the 99 from Bad Batch. Hellbolt, in the movie Pig, starring Nicolas Cage, Do you know where your cameo is in the movie? Are you in the beginning, middle, or end of the film? Too much. Remember, this studio was built for sound work. It wasn't intended for any of this. That's actually kind of why I have to move the studio. I'm just dreading tearing down all of this foam and having to reapply it and attach it. Not stoked about that. It's all good. So yeah, we have the Wolverine thing. Now we are not 100% sure. The Wolverine set is possibly again. That might be a one-off. The X-Men Origins Wolverine set is easy to get. It's the full set of autos that's difficult. Because the auto list includes a Chase Will.i.am auto, a Ryan Reynolds auto, which is stupid expensive, some guy named Jack Human. I think he's from Australia. And Liev Schreiber. Sounds good. Maybe a one-off. I do know that a special gouache drawing / painting was commissioned for that or acquired for that. Can't remember which of the two. But that's going to feature some sketch cards. That is also going to feature a golden ticket type. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. Yeah, Panda, we're planning on doing hockey. The problem is no company are doing allotments right now. Tops upper, we know because we've tried. Even without using me, just having them go do it. But we are desperately working on it because I love doing hockey. Everyone loves seeing me do hockey. To do things, we just unfortunately don't have the cooperation from the big companies yet. Hopefully, gouache. Yeah. Gouache. Yeah, it's black paint. I sound educated until I don't. So yeah, that's it. I'm just I'm stoked about that coming out. Can't wait for it to be there. My wife says it's lagging badly, which is funny because she's in the same house as I am. Armando Jones, what is up, my friend? How are you doing? Say hello to the keeper of the Quan. And let's talk about your Padres. How about them Padres? Are we talking a Padres Astros World Series? Fernando. Yeah, he's got a big bat. He's got a huge bat. Ah, there you go, Creepa. His TV and his iPad are about 10 seconds apart. Well, wouldn't you know, it's Bourbon's girlfriend. How are you doing? When was the last time the Padres were good? You can find me Thursday, Friday. Going on, Bourbon? How you doing? Thank you, Bourbon. Delayed. Donnie B was a good one, man. PA announcer saying happening outside. All right, so I'm wondering, and I hope I'm wrong. This did not make as much news as it should have. Who here is aware that there was an arrest last week at the hotel across from the All-Star game where there was another situation that was going to be similar to Las Vegas that was stopped? 3 from the 4th and 7th floor of the. It did not get as much press as it should have. But another Las Vegas type shooting was stopped. But typically, if I don't hear something or I'm late to hearing something, that's odd. So Google, or whichever search engine you prefer, maybe it's Jeeves. Google All-Star Game shooting foiled. I'm going to read this one. This is I'm going to read this to you. This is from Axios. I don't know if they're good, but we know this is true. So, police arrested 4 people and removed weapons and ammunition from a hotel room near the Denver Stadium that will be hosting Major League Baseball's All-Star Game. The police feared a Las Vegas-style shooting could have resulted during the All-Star Game after discovering 16 long guns, body armor, and more than 1,000 rounds of ammunition in a room on the 8th floor with a balcony overlooking the downtown Denver area. Search warrant. A second room was searched and located on the 4th floor. The inmate alerted authorities that they spotted a rifle while cleaning the room. A total of 3 men and 1 woman were arrested to illegal possession of firearms. Divorce. So, I really hope that this is unrelated. Hope a situation like the one that was stopped last week in Denver. But that is true. My feed again. And after reading the article, usually if you read an article, Yahoo or Google will pop up other articles related. And even after reading the article, I never saw it pop up again. So I was like, wow, they're really sweeping this one under the rug. So, yeah, people are nuts. Like, listen, here's my 2 cents. Yeah, life can suck sometimes. Life can beat you down, and when you're down, kick you multiple times in the head and stomach. That's life. It's not easy. Your downfall, or the things, whether justly or unjust, that happen to you, should not cause you to affect other people. You got a nasty divorce? Taking a fame, not the solution. It's not. It's not going to help. There's kids there. I guess not many. There were. To have that level of devolved brain is, yeah, Ice Wolf telling you, man. I said this statement before. I'm sorry, Ringa. I said this before and I got a lot of negative feedback for what I said. I'm going to say it again, and this time I'm going to explain it. When they have these mass shootings that end up in, I wish the murderer would have killed the last person first. I'm not condoning for no reason other than you're having a crappy week. I hope you take yourself out first before those 100 innocent people and innocent families have to go through the heartache of having. I don't. But if the choice is end yourself or end 100 other people, yeah. But it's awful. Under no circumstance should you ever feel like you should take it out on somebody else, even if it's not your fault. Killing a family is not going to help you. It's not going to bring you solace. If you're religious, depending on religion, you've just canceled. Again, I don't condone suicide. Typically, there is an answer for everything. There is. But enough of that negativity. Yeah. Read the articles. Read the articles about the All-Star game. It was a very brave... a very brave, well, Hellbolt, I don't want you to hurt yourself either. A very brave, I don't want to say maid. I don't think that's proper. A very brave member of the cleaning staff came forward and said what they saw. And that person's name should be known. I don't think we should know the name of the would-be shooter. Housekeeper? Okay, if that's the acceptable term, I'll use it. I want to know the housekeeper's name. I don't want to know who stopped that skid mark from pulling the trigger. Where's her name or his name? Don't publish the shooter's name. Publish the hero's name. That's the person we should know. I've yet to see an article that said who it was. Ice Wolf, case in point, Mark David Chapman. Mark David Chapman. If you're familiar with that name, that's the person who killed John Lennon. Mark David Chapman wanted to be famous. He killed John Lennon, and now he says, my name is forever linked with John Lennon's. Because when he did it, it was such a big deal that everybody said and learned his Raiders famous. Mark David Chapman did change a lot of that. After he killed Lennon, there was a push to have these assassins scrubbed from books and reports and the television. Obviously, it's freedom of information. You can ask for anybody's name and get it, and it's your choice to publish it. Yeah, I get it. Freedom of press. I understand. But your freedom of press is also making this person famous. And now Mark David Chapman probably sits in his cell thinking, every time you think John Lennon, you think me. The guy was a pudwhacker. The guy was a no-name wannabe turd. He is subhuman. And yet, every time you think of John, you think of him. So I'm glad I don't know who did this thing. I'm also glad I have no idea the name of the people who perpetrated the Vegas thing. Great. We shouldn't. Every time the game has been called, active shooter outside the stadium. That's terrible. Jacobs on Twitter, at Jennifer J. Jacobs, said the game is over and they are asking everybody to leave the ballpark. So here's this. If they're asking people to leave the ballpark, the situation is now under control. They would not ask them to leave the ballpark if the I want to give props to the wait staff that were turning tables on their side to provide cover. I'm watching a video. For copyright reasons, I obviously can't show you the video because I don't have permission to show you the video. But it shows the wait staff and it looks like the bar manager tipping over tables in the bar to use as cover if need be. It's very smart, very heads up. I'm going to be honest with you, I might not have thought of that. I would have probably been behind the bar before I decided to go behind a table. Thankfully, stuff like that doesn't happen in Buffalo. Not that I condone it happening anywhere. Just outside the third base left field portion of the stands. Mario, that is true. That is quite true. Um, I have witnessed that myself. Been in situations where things went foobar, and the person who you thought was going to take charge of the situation looked around waiting for somebody else to speak up. It's a very valid quote. Used to be a nice view. Mm. Well, it sounds like it's taken care of. Hopefully, it was just people. I hate to say it, I'd rather it be two rival gang members than somebody just wonton shooting. So hopefully, it's just two bad actors taking each other out and nobody else goes with them. I've already started breaking stags. If you go to dcdcollects.com, that is where the breaks are going to be listed. Um, the problem is due to the pandemic and so many people buying cards, the companies are not giving out the allotments that they were. So we are doing something different. We have something coming out next week, a Star Wars run. We're gonna have a couple of those. We're gonna have a Wolverine run and a lot of other interesting epic boxes coming out for you. I have a boatload of cards here: baseball, football, and soccer. I just got to get with my partners to see what we're gonna break them down as far as the breaks we have on the site right now. The general consensus is they're just huge breaks. We want to break them into more bite-sized breaks. So we have a Zoom meeting early next week, and we're gonna go over what's on the site, revising what's on the site, and so on. Yeah, Buffalo has a lot of that too. Buffalo has a lot of violent crime. I don't live in Buffalo anymore. That is actually true, Sean. If you do wrestle a gunman, do not take his weapon. Just kick the weapon far away. Yeah, I concur. Anybody see the new Space Jam? We're not doing spoilers. I just want to know if anybody else saw it. Quantico. I know. I didn't know you were an FBI agent, Ice Wolf. It's pretty stinky. I have an opinion. The only good part of the movie was the Michael Jordan cameo. That's all I'm going to say. Just staring at the agents. The FBI actually have a shooting range just outside of Jacksonville. I know because it was not far from the Navy base, the Mayport Navy base. The FBI have a shooting range and a satellite operations base just outside of Mayport. And that's actually when you're on land duty. If you're qualifying for firearms, you go to the FBI range for qualifications. It's the only reason I know that. Deer know what's up. They do. It was a. The original Space Jam featured Michael Jordan, and they talked a lot about Michael Jordan. But this Space Jam is solely, and with no other plot, solely about LeBron James. I don't mind LeBron James. I don't follow enough basketball to know if I like him or not. He doesn't bother me as a human being. There are better people in the world than him. There are worse people in the world than him. Whatevs. But the last Space Jam had a story. This was almost entirely about LeBron James. That's it. The plot was LeBron James. So it felt less like a Space Jam movie and more like just a LeBron James movie, an animated LeBron James film. That's how I feel about it. The Easter eggs are great. There's some really awesome Easter eggs, but I wasn't an overall fan of the film. Yeah, Creepa. Bill, Dan Aykroyd, Murray. That was a great line in that film. That was a fantastic line. I didn't know Dan Aykroyd was in this. That was a really good one. But yeah, this one it's just. I would be stunned if LeBron didn't come up with the idea himself and be like, hey, we're going to do Space Jam. It's going to be about me. Like it's literally the LeBron James movie. That's what it should have been called. So not a huge fan. Obviously, I'm the minority in that because I just lost 6 viewers after I said that. Oh well. Oh, it is. It is. I I like Don Cheadle. He's great. I think more movies need to have him in it. I knew so a very long time ago when I was acting. I knew somebody that was a former CIA field operative. And somebody once told me if they told you they were a former CIA operative, they were not a former CIA operative. And the only reason I know that she wasn't joking was her photo album, which she said she was never allowed to have, but she had one anyway. And her husband was like, absolutely, because I knew her through her husband. And I thought that was the coolest job in the world. And she said it was the most boring. It's high risk, low reward. She's like, if you get found out, you're dead. The government never claims that you're there. You get an anonymous star on a wall. They deny your existence. And if you do your job successfully, you get to go home, and that's about it. But she's like, it's dumb. They tell you have to get to know somebody, and then you get to know that person, and then as soon as they tell you what you need to know, you leave. That's it. That's the whole job. Living out of hotel rooms. She also told me I'd be a terrible CIA agent because I talk too much. You know Matt Damon? That's pretty cool. I knew Danny Zuko. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And then you know what? If that's true, then she was great because she was not a talker. She was the type of person that would just kind of sit at the table and listen to everybody's story. Not a big talker. Not a big hugger either. She kept everybody at arm's length. But she would just sit there. And like she could be not paying attention, and then you could be like, "Are you listening?" She'll like repeat the last three sentences you said. You're like, "Oh yeah, you were listening." Okay. She's like, "Yeah, if you talk more than you listen." Well, hello. Thanks for the follow. But yeah, that's an interesting job. I would be terrible. I would be like Sterling Archer. I'd be like, so I'm a spy. Exactly one. Yeah, I know a lot. I don't want to be that guy, but I do. Some of the old some of the actors from my old crew are fairly successful now. Oh, that guy? That Steve Aoki? Never heard of him. Shout out to Bourbon. Yeah, that guy. Oh yeah, he strikes me as a huge UFC fan. The dude loves the UFC. Loves UFC fighting. He was at the last fight, as a matter of fact. Oh yeah. Yeah. I gotta stay relevant, man. I was the only, well, you can argue popularity, the most popular DJ I ever saw and got to hang out with, albeit very briefly, was Tiesto. Oh, nice. Floriana Lima. I'll have to look her up. When I was managing, yeah, Mel's cousin is super famous. He is a huge Broadway and television star. He's a Broadway legend, her cousin. Go ahead, you can plug him. Um, when I was managing the nightclub in Buffalo, Tiesto came. And the owner of my club bought a VIP booth for Tiesto. And me and my crew went and saw Tiesto, and then Tiesto came to all the booths at the end, kind of just, high-fived everybody, walked away. Didn't take pictures, didn't sign autographs. It was literally like, high five, thanks for coming, and then on to the next table. That's true, Hellbolt, you are. Yeah, my only acting credits are in the can and never saw the light of day. So Bolt, do they call you, or do you just show up for casting calls? Hey, Creepa, did you just assume because he was Puerto Rican he was going to be in the Heights or in Hamilton? That's racist. He was in Chicago and Cats. My goodness. Oh, they email you. That's pretty dope. Roberto Montano. I would love to be on that email list. You saw Cats once? I was cast in Cats once off Broadway as a singer, not as a cat, but in the pit choir. I bailed after my second. I don't want to do it anymore. I was like, you know what? This sucks. I'm out. It was at the Ocala Civic Theater. The director was a d bag. The director cast his boyfriend as the lead, and the guy was just not nimble and should not have been the lead. And after I saw what kind of crap show it was going to be, I was like, yo, I'm not putting my name on this. So I walked day 3. The mid 90s. Yeah, the thing ran forever on Broadway. Montano. Robert Montano. I like Roberto better. Have your cousin change his name to Roberto. I'm the dude holding the dude punching the other dude. Dig it. The old Taft Theater in Cincinnati. That's Ohio for those who don't know. Speaking of Ohio, I have something completely unrelated. If I was to hook up my account to one of my video game systems, like the Xbox Series X, would anybody actually be interested in watching me play video games? Man, I would love to have something that had residual checks attached to it. WKRP in Cincinnati. Well, whatever the game would be, it would probably be me overacting and talking through most of it. Damn. Mel, that was cold. Yeah, you would be interested in watching Jimmy play. Jimmy is just an absolute fiend. This kid is bonkers, man. We were playing, so I bought him the season pass for Fortnite because he was playing and he wanted to customize his character. And like I played 3 games, I came in second place 3 times, and I was like, well, that's it. I'd have like 3 kills. He'd like come in 10th place, but he'd kill like 8 people on the way. I'm hiding, praying that nobody finds me until the circle is small. He's out there gangbanging and representing his set at age 5. He's a beast. It's on the tablet, though. I don't know if there's a way to get tablet gameplay to go live. What's going on, Detroit? How are you doing? Yeah, his teammates had him out of the way and revived him. Capture card? I'll have to figure that out. I'm good, buddy. I was hoping to have the quiz show done tonight, but having issues with the overlays, they suck. I may have to just use the terrible overlays if worse comes to worse, but at some point next week, hopefully Thursday or something, maybe Thursday, I'll do a quiz show. Yeah, so Creepa, I started out as a camper, and then somewhere around, I want to say, whichever one was the first to allow you to have dual wield scorpions, whichever Call of Duty that was, the dual wield scorpions. That is when I started to learn how to run and gun, because the dual wield scorpions with steady hand, whatever one cancels the footsteps, and scavenger made it so easy. Good, Detroit. I like to hear that. Made it so easy. And then when they nerfed the run and gun, I went back to camping. I liked Akimbo with only the scorpions because they would burp so many bullets and the damage was still pretty high that you could get away with it. Oh, yeah. James just walks up with a knife and murks you. The kid is just cold-blooded. Dude is nuts. I never met Bob. All right, Ringa, appreciate you, man. I like you, dude. Ringa's like, DC, I'll take you any which way we can get you. You're good people, man. I like you. So be safe, man. Yeah. Yeah, James is like Operation Human Shield and just like runs at them. And he's like the headshot master. And you know it's happening because he's like, boom, headshot, boom, headshot, boom, headshot. I love you, buddy. Take care. Yeah, that would be so. I would probably, no, I actually would do the gaming later, if anything. Mostly because my days are spent watching James. Um, but like after I finish these shows, typically, because it's the only time I get like alone time other than when I'm in this office, I'll go downstairs while Mel and him are sleeping and the dog are sleeping, and I'll knock out 2 or 3 hours of FIFA. It's true. It's not personal. It's just I don't get quiet time. So that's what being a dad is, though. Once he goes to school, I'll have a lot of quiet time. But school is still 2 months away. Well, a month and a half now. Ooh, month and a half. He's gonna be in school. I'm pretty excited about that. Oh, James is an only child, and James acts like an only child. James must have everybody's full attention at all times. Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing? So, thank you, Armando. He just shot me a link to a tweet by Richard Staff at Richard Staff. Though the inside of Nationals Park ended up being safe, it should not be forgotten that Fernando Tatis Jr. and Manny Machado opened up the Padres dugout for fans to seek shelter. There you go, man. Good people out there. Good people. Yeah, all right, that's good to see. That's good that they all act like that. I did. I actually, yeah. So there is a 3-person Coleman tent in my living room right now. So he has like a little like indoor teepee that we bought him when he was like 2 because it was cool. Um, yeah, you know what? Tell your daughter she's never too old for blanket forts. Um, and she's like, hey, we should set up the teepee in the living room now that we have some space and he can have kind of like a camp out. And I was like, honey, you realize I own a 3-person Coleman. I could put the tent up in the living room. I mean, obviously it's not staked, so it's not as flat and taut as it should be, but it works. So he got to experience his first tent. Yeah. Yeah, that is an amazing story. Cristiano Ronaldo. I'll tell it. Money for a young person's operation. And he said no. Instead, he paid the 83 grand for the operation and then signed the cleats and gave them to the child so that they could have them. For all the bad press Ronaldo gets, I haven't heard about him not being a good guy in person. Now, in this picture, I also want to point out, in addition to the tent, right above it is my autographed framed photo of Leslie Nielsen. But yep, there it is. There's the tent in our living room. Oh, thank you. Yeah, the floor is from 1840. That floor is 180 years old, still in good condition. Don, I don't know. I think we missed it. I'm sorry. It was in the living room. The autograph is inscribed "Keep laughing," Leslie Nielsen. And if I had to only salvage one autograph, that probably would be it. I know for a fact Mel would grab the Jeff Goldblum. Yeah, Sean, not a good idea. They also tend to get to piddle when they're scared. That's true. Yeah, right next to the bed, Jeff Goldblum is staring lovingly at the bed. It's really a great photo, by the way. I searched long and hard to find a photo of Jeff Goldblum looking as lovingly at the camera as possible for my wife, and I found the perfect one. All right. There's Jeff. My name is Jeff. Told you. I told you it was staring at the bed. I'm going to argue that was the funniest part of 21 Jump Street. My name is Jeff. Just thinking about it still makes me laugh. The rest of the movie was not very good, but that was funny. And the octopus was inking in his mouth. Just saying. that was stupid funny. Oh no, I didn't meet him. I bought it. I bought it, and it came with photos of him signing the picture for authenticity. I was gonna take it to JSA. I never got to. But yeah, I have like 3 photos of him signing the photo. Oh, excuse me. I'm a little tired. Definitely did not take a nap today. Too busy trying to get the quiz show to work. So Armando, she was on there a couple of times as Mel. But yeah, I don't know if you actually talked to her. So I was like, um, thinking of names for the quiz show. And this part might not be too safe for work. So, warning, the language you're about to hear is not typical of the show and may be construed as having adult flair to it. All right, there's my official warning. I was like, well, I got to think of a really cool name. Nice. Put him at the top. Congrats, man. It's a proud papa moment. And I was like, well, everything I do, all the little things that I know are interesting. So I was going to be like, all right, we'll call it That's Interesting. Oh, what was it? Hold on. That's Interesting Trivia Show. Then I realized it would be TITS. So I was like, nope. Can't do that. And the other one was I had a bunch of them. And then I'm thinking, wow, those are all bad words. Trivia show. You can make t-shirts that just say I love T.I.T.S. And boy, would those sell out for a portion of my crew. Forgive me, Carol and Belinda. But I was like, that's actually counter to what my culture is, but it would be funny. Then there was the yeah, it's me. It's not you. It's me. The other one was frequently unknown quiz show, or FUQS. And then I figured the winner of, like, I would do 4 of them, and at the end I would do a final for the winners only, the top, like, 2 people from each show at the end of the month would do a, like, tournament of champions for the FUQS, frequently unknown quiz show. And then at the end, the winner, the champion, would get a shirt that says FUQS like a champ, or this guy FUQS's. And then I was like, no, again, probably not the image I want to portray, but dang, I want a shirt now that says this guy FUQS's. So I was like, man, those would be like, those t-shirts would be coveted. People would be cheating to get those t-shirts. See, that's what Mondo was like, I want that shirt. That's exactly what I was going to say. that's right. That's right. Tell me that would not be great. This, and obviously it would be custom shirts. Like, girls would get one too. Like, this girl FUQS's, this guy FUQS's. And that would be the shirt. And then it would have the, the schedule on it. Every Thursday or every Saturday at 9 p.m., this guy FUQS's. I thought it was funny. Frequently unknown quiz show. And there went 7 viewers. People don't like it when I get adult. It's 11:15. I'm going to go anyway. and just like that, I'm done. So we'll end on that note. Something for you guys to think about. Max Headroom situation. I dig it. Well, anyway, that's my cue. I'm going to get out of here. Armando Bourbon. Give me that fire. Brent. Buddy. I love you guys. Yeah, it's only 8 your time. It's almost 11 my time. I love each and every one of you. I appreciate that you spend your time with me. There's lots of places on the interwebs you can go and you choose to spend it with me, and I do appreciate it, and I don't take it for granted, so thank you. Take care of yourselves and each other. Still a crazy world out there. We just saw it happen outside of the Padres game, so please take care of yourselves and each other. That way we can all get together and do this again next week. I will be making a post sometime next week announcing that everything is on sale on the site. Otherwise, you will see me Thursday. And hopefully, if I have it in hand, we can get moving. So I love you all. Take care. Be safe. And I will see you next week.